Before we start talking about goals of career guidance, it is very important to understand that what is the difference between goals and objectives, because we do have goals of career guidance and objectives of career guidance. It's important to understand this also because when you will be speaking to students, you would understand how much the difference it is between a goal and an objective. A goal is something that is a long-term attainment that you want to accomplish. And an objective are the short-term steps that you take on your journey towards the goal. They say that goals without objectives are useless and objectives without goals are useless. Goals are, for example, I want to become a doctor. And you will have students who say that I want to become a good doctor. Now, is there a point at which you can say that now I am a good doctor, so I can now stop becoming one? No, it's a journey. To be a good doctor is a journey, like being a good teacher. It's a journey. However, the objectives in the goal of becoming a good doctor would be take PCB after class 10. That's a physics, chemistry, and biology. Then appear for the NEET exam. Pass that, get into a good college. Get into a college for medical, and then become a doctor and get onto the journey of becoming a good doctor, which is interestingly never ending. The goals of career guidance are to help individuals build their competencies so that they can explore their skills and strengths, so that they can make wise and informed choices. Taking them one by one, help individuals build their competencies. It is to equip them with information about not only themselves, increase their self-awareness, but give them information about the education, about what all they can achieve, and explore in the terms of occupation and the trainings that they can get. Explore skills and their own strengths. This is the guidance that they might need, or you may be able to give them concerning what kind of activities they can indulge in so as to be better prepared to be suited for the admission to a certain college, or which will be required for a certain job or a profession. For example, you know that a student wants to join up the army. Then one of the things that student definitely needs to develop is the skill of athletic ability. They do need to be a physically hardy person. So that's a guidance. This is also keeping in account the students, individuals' interest, their personality, their aptitude, what is their core competencies. In fact, this is one area which you can help the student build a complete profile for themselves. Now, should you choose to take up personality test or an aptitude test or maybe an interest inventory for a child to figure this out for themselves, my request to you is that please make sure that you are using standardized tests and that you are qualified to take that test and interpret it. Please do not recommend and don't encourage students to take tests of, say, magazines or newspapers which come. Avoid that completely. And finally, having the students make their own choices. Making their own choices is the underlying foundation or the most basic skill that we want our students to have. And the most important goal of career guidance is to empower a student to make his or her own choice. It is just not enough to give them the information about the self, about the world, about employment opportunities, about the choices that they have, and what all is available in the employment market. It is to equip them with the competencies so that they can make their own choices. And that is the bottom line of the career guidance program. Any place. No one should be making these choices for them. Our aim should be to be equipping them with information about self and the choices, and then they finally take into consideration all the requirements that they have, what all they can do, what all limitations they might be facing, and then make the choice. So the goals of career guidance program is to help them understand themselves, is to help them explore their skills and strengths, and to finally empower them to make the choices for themselves in their best interests. Objectives of career guidance. Now, if the goal is to empower them to understand themselves, have skills and strengths, and then to make choices, objectives become slightly wider and more minute, actually. And we realize that as you go through the career guidance program, you will realize that the objectives are achievable across board for students. It doesn't happen only in one class. So the objectives are to basically enable and empower individuals. Enable them with self-awareness so that they know what they are good at, what are they personally suited for, what is their personality, what is their interest, and what is their aptitude, which might match them with a certain job. That reduces the mismatch between education and employment. It enables them and empowers them to face challenges, to see the changes that might happen around them, and then make choices. And finally, make choices which are well informed and made based on reasons of their own. The students, the individuals, need to understand and evaluate their own progress in the journey of their careers. That also is an objective of career guidance. Career guidance also needs to explain as to how they can support students of a weaker section, to provide support for the weaker sections of the society, the students who might be weaker in any way of that term. It could be economically, it could be academically, it could be emotionally, it could be mentally, it could be physically, right? So to help them and support them, even that's a very, very basic aim of a career guidance program. What choices do they have which will be suitable for them to take? To understand and have a system in which a person interested in self-employment can work. And that person, how does that individual evaluate his own progress? That is important as an integral part of our career guidance system. To have information available readily, updated, in a time and place where students have easy access to it, and given to them when they can use it. That is an objective of a career guidance program. To equip them with competencies so that no matter at what age, even when they're adults and they face a change in the job market, they know how to address that change, face that challenge, and then make a new choice. All of this combined together becomes the various objectives of a career guidance program that you will help establish and run in the schools. So it is just not giving information. That is one very small aspect of it. It is helping the students understand how can they use that information and the skills to make sure that the choices of use of that information is suitable for them individually. And that is different for each one of them. So all the best in fulfilling all the objectives of the career guidance program.